Hello students, further we'll solve two more problems and later on you can solve more problems, okay? So from the following leisure account balances, prepare trial balance as on 31/3/2014, okay? Now first one, what you have, plant and machinery account. Plant and machinery means which is the asset for our business, right? Asset means which shows us debit balance, rupees 10,000, which you are going to record in the debit side. See now, this is the format. You should write the title also, trial balance as on 31/3/2014, okay? First you have plant and machinery account, which shows debit balance because it is asset, okay, 10,000. The next you have capital account, rupees 25,000. Capital means which balance which shows? It shows always it is credit balance, right? So credit balance you should write 25,000. See second one, capital account, credit column we have recorded, it is 25,000 here. The next you have purchases account, 38,000. Purchases, which balance it shows? 38,000 debit balance because it is an expense, right? So see third one, purchases account, debit column we have recorded rupees 38,000 because which shows debit balance for us. The next you have after purchases account, sales account, 49,000. Now sales account 49,000, where you had to record as it is a revenue, it is an income for us which shows credit balance, so you're going to record it in a credit column. So sales account which you had to record credit column, rupees 49,000 here, okay? The next you have sales returns account, rupees 500. So what it is sales returns? It is a loss for us because whatever the goods we have sold out, we got it return from our customer. So which shows debit balance for us. So you have to record sales returns account, fifth one. Okay, sales returns account which shows debit balance rupees 500. Okay. The next you have purchase returns account, rupees 800. Okay, purchase returns account rupees 800. So which you are going to record credit side because we have returned the goods here. Okay, so sixth one, purchase returns account, credit column you should write rupees 800. The next you have stock account, rupees 12,000. Now stock account which shows debit balance because it is a asset. You know why it is showing debit balance? Because it is a asset. Okay, so stock, seventh one we have recorded stock account, debit balance rupees 1,200 here. The next you have eighth one. Okay, after stock, rent and taxes rupees 1,500. So rent and taxes, as it is an expense which shows debit balance for us. So rent and taxes we have recorded eighth one, debit balance rupees 1,500 here. Okay. The next you have debtors account, rupees 9,000. Debtors account means it is a expense. Sorry, it is a asset. Debtors, right? Debtors, it is a asset. So which shows debit balance for us. So we are going to record in a debit column. See ninth one, debtors account 9,000 which you have to record in a debit column here. Okay. The next you have after debtors, creditors account 4,500. Creditors account shows credit balance. Why it is showing credit balance? Because it is a liability. Okay. Creditors means the persons to whom the company is liable to pay the amount. Right. So it is a liability which shows credit balance for us 4,500. So you are going to record in a credit column. So 10th one, see creditors account, credit column you should write rupees 4,500. The next you have bills receivable account 4,800. Now bills receivable means it is asset for us, right? Asset which shows debit balance always. So you are going to record in a debit column rupees 4,800. Okay, because it is a asset. So 11th one, bills receivable account which you are showing in a debit column rupees 4,800, as it is an asset which shows us debit balance. Okay. Next you have bills payable account rupees 6,200. So bills payable, what it is? Bills payable means it is an expense. Sorry, it is a liability because payment you have, right? You have to pay that amount. So it is a liability for us which shows credit balance. So we are going to record in a credit column. See 12th one, bills payable account we have recorded in a credit column rupees 6,200. The next you have Commission received account rupees 400. As the name as it is mentioning, it is received. Okay, commission received, which you are going to record, which shows its credit column because it is income. Okay, so you are going to record it in a credit column here. See 13th one, commission received account, credit column we have recorded rupees 400. Okay, the next you have discount allowed account 6,910. Now we have allowed the discount here. Okay, so when we allow the discount, it is a loss for us, so which shows debit balance. So we have recorded in a debit column. See, right, discount allowed. Okay, 6,910, which we have recorded debit column. Where you are having 14th one, discount allowed account, debit column we have recorded 6,910 rupees. The next you have printing and stationery account 1,430. So whatever printing and stationery, it is an expense which shows us debit balance definitely. So you are going to record in a debit column. See 15th one, printing and stationery account 1,430 rupees, which we have recorded in a debit column because it shows debit balance for us. The next you have cash at bank 2,630. So whatever cash we have kept in our bank account, that it is cash at bank. Okay, 2,630. As it is a cash, it is a asset for us. Okay, asset shows debit balance. See 16th one we have recorded cash at bank 2,630 in a debit column. Okay. The next you have cash on hand 30,040 rupees. Cash on hand means again it is an asset which shows us debit balance. See 17th one, cash on hand 3,040 rupees it is. Okay, 30,040 rupees, just make a changes there. Okay, 30,040 rupees. The next you have carriages here. Okay, carriages account 240. So carriages, whatever we are having 240, it is an expense for us which lies debit balance, means which shows debit balance. So you are going to record in a debit column. Carriages account 18th one. Okay, carriages account rupees 240 in a debit column. The next you have to write advertisement account. You have next advertisement account 14,260. So advertisement account, it is an expense. Expense means which shows debit balance. So you are going to record it in a debit column 14,260. So see 19th one, advertisement account 14,260. Okay, which you have to record in a debit column. The next you have furniture account, drawings account 3,500. Drawings means it is an expense. Okay, proprietary personal expense, so which shows debit balance here. See drawings account 3,500. 20th one we have recorded here, drawings account 3,500 in a debit column because it is an expense. The next you have furniture account 3,500 again. Furniture account, it is asset. Furniture, it is asset for the business. So asset account shows debit balance. So you have to record in a debit column. Furniture account 21st we have recorded. See furniture account debit column, you should write rupees 3,500 here. The next you have wages account 1,090. Wages account means it is an expense because wages payment. Okay, so it is an expense which shows debit balance. So we are going to record it in a debit column. 22nd, wages account rupees 1,090, which you have to record in a debit column. Okay. The next you have salary account 1,770. So salary account means again it is a expense which shows debit balance. Okay, so we are going to record it in a debit column. See salary account 23rd we have recorded salary account rupees 1,770 in a debit column. Okay, the next what you have rent. Okay, after salary you have a rent here 1,400. So rent means again it is an expense which you are going to record it in a debit column. So debit column C 24th we have recorded rent. Okay, it is 1,400 in a debit column. Then lastly what you have interest received account rupees 6,000. as it is interest received, it is income. Income shows credit balance, so we're going to record it in a credit which shows credit balance, which are going to record it in a credit column 6000. See, 25th we have recorded interest received, credit column rupees 6000. Now we have entered all the accounts with the respective balances, debit as well as credit. Now after recording all the transactions, grand total you will get both the side, it is 91,900. Okay, both sides you should get same answers here. Okay, 91,900 you should get. Next we'll see fourth problem. Okay, from the following ledger account balances, prepare trial balance as on 31/3/2013. Okay. Now first one, which account they have given? Capital account rupees 41,000. Where you had to record capital account? Where you had to record credit balance, because it is a capital. See, we have recorded first one capital account, which side? Credit side. It is 41,000. Okay. The next you have drawings account 2,000, as it is a proprietor personal expense, which shows debit balance because it is an expense, right? So which you had to record in a debit column. Secondly, drawings account, in debit column you should write rupees 2,000. The next you have stock account rupees 17,000. Okay, stock account means stock, it is asset. Asset which side are you going to record? Asset which balance it shows? Debit balance 17,000. Okay, which you have to record debit column now. See, third one we have recorded stock account, debit column you should write it is 17,000. Okay, the next you have machinery account rupees 20,000. Machinery account, again it is a asset. Asset shows debit balance, so which you are going to record in a debit column. See, fourth one, machinery account, debit column rupees 20,000. Okay. The next you have furniture account rupees 1,500. Furniture account, again it is a asset. Asset which shows debit balance here, so we are going to record debit column. See, furniture account, fifth one we have recorded furniture account, debit column rupees 1,500. Okay. The next you have debtors account 38,000. Debtors account means, as we know, it is asset, right? Asset shows us debit balance 38,000, so which you are going to record in a debit column. See, sixth one, debtors account, in debit column you are going to record it as 38,000. Okay. Then next you have creditors account 45,000. Creditors account, it is a liability, right? So liability, where you are going to record which balance it shows? Credit balance, so we are going to record credit column 45,000. See here, credit, seventh one, creditors account which shows credit balance because it is a liability 45,000. The next you have cash at bank account. Okay, cash at bank 18,200. As I said, whether it is cash at bank, cash in hand, or cash at office, all it is asset, so which shows debit balance. Cash at bank, as it is an asset which shows debit balance, so we're going to record it debit column 18,200. See, eighth one we have recorded here, cash at bank, debit column. Okay, 18,200. The next one you have cash in hand rupees 1,050. Again cash, it is an asset. Okay, so which shows debit balance, you are going to record it in a debit column. Ninth one we have recorded, C, cash in hand 1,050 rupees, which you had to record in a debit column here. The next you have purchases account 30,000. Expense, because we have purchased the goods and cash goes out, right? So debit. Purchases account, debit balance rupees 30,000. The next what you have, discount allowed rupees 1,200. Discount allowed, it is a loss for us, right? Because we are going to allow the discount, it is a loss for us. Loss shows debit balance, so we are going to record it in a debit column. So discount allowed, we have 11th one we have recorded discount allowed, right? Debit balance, so you had to record in a debit column 1,200. The next you have sales account 55,000. Sales means it is a revenue, right? And stock reduces, so you are going to record it in a, means which shows credit column. Okay, so you are going to record it in a credit column here. 12th one we have recorded, C, sales account, Credit side you have to record 55,000. The next you have carriages account rupees 1,000. Okay, carriages means it is an expense. Okay, expense which shows us debit balance. So 13th one, carriages account, debit balance you have it is rupees 1,000. Okay, the next you have after carriages insurance account rupees 800. Insurance means again it is an expense which shows us debit balance. Okay, so we have recorded in a debit column. 14th one, insurance account, debit column where we have recorded rupees 800 here. The next you have printing and stationery 675. Printing and stationery again it is an expense. Expense means which shows debit balance here, so you are going to record it in a debit column. See printing and stationery. 15th you have printing and stationery 675 which we have recorded in a debit column. Okay. The next you have after printing and stationery you have rent and taxes 1,100. So rent and taxes both it is a expense, right? So which you are going to record in a debit, which shows debit balance, which will be recorded in a debit column now. So 16th, rent and taxes 1,100 you are going to record it in a debit column. Okay. The next you have 17th one, salary. It is salary account 8,300. Salary account means again it is a expense which shows debit balance, right? So 17th one we have recorded. See here, salary account 8,300 which shows debit balance because it is a expense. The next what you have, sales returns account rupees 1,000. So whatever the goods we have sold out, we have got it returned back, so which shows us debit balance. Okay, so 18th one we have recorded sales returns account, debit column rupees 1,000. Okay. The next you have purchase returns account 925. So purchase returns, whatever the goods we have purchased, we are returning it. So it is a credit balance. Okay, so which you had to record in a credit column. 19th one, purchase returns account, credit column rupees 925. The next you have bills receivable account. Bills receivable means it is asset. Okay, asset shows us debit balance, so we are going to record it in a debit column. 20th, bills receivable account 1,700 in a debit column. The next you have 21st, okay, bills payable account 1,600, last one, so it is a liability which shows us credit balance. 21st, bills payable account, credit balance we are going to record 1,600. Now, after all the adjustments, after recording all the transactions with the respective balances, we'll get a grand total 1,43,525 both the sides. Okay, both sides you should get same, then only trial balance whatever you have prepared it is correct. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can get it clarified. Okay, next we'll solve some more problems on homeworks I'll give on this. Okay, after that we'll solve from incorrect trial balances. Okay.